Let us solve a problem on Fourier series. Find Fourier series for f of x equals x, where x belongs to interval 0 to 2 pi, where f of x equals f of x plus 2 pi, which means that f of x is a 2 pi periodic function. For the general interval x belongs to c, c plus 2l, we have Fourier series expansion for periodic function f of x given by f of x equals a naught by 2 plus summation n ranges from 1 to infinity a n cos pi n x by l plus b n sin pi n x by l. And here we have c equals 0 and c plus 2l equals 2 pi, from where we obtain 2 pi equals 2l and thus we have l equals pi. Therefore, here we can replace L by pi. Thus, f of x becomes a naught by 2 plus summation n ranges from 1 to infinity a n cos pi n x by pi plus b n sin pi n x by pi, which becomes a naught by 2 plus summation n ranges from 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. We have for this range x belongs to 0 to 2 pi, where L equals pi. A naught is evaluated using the formula a naught equals 1 by pi integral 0 to 2 pi f of x dx. We have f of x equals x and thus a naught equals 1 by pi times integral 0 to pi. We have lower limit, which is the lower limit of the interval, and upper limit 2 pi is the upper limit of the integral. A naught equals 1 by pi times integral 0 to 2 pi x dx, which becomes 1 by pi times x square by 2, to which we have to give upper limit 2 pi and lower limit 0. On application of upper limit, we will obtain a naught equals 2 pi. By applying lower limit, we will get only a 0 term. Since we have obtained a naught equals 2 pi and the first term of Fourier series expansion will be a naught by 2, we will have a naught by 2 equals 2 pi divided by 2, which becomes pi. We have a n equals 1 by pi times integral 0 to 2 pi f of x cos nx dx, where f of x equals x. In order to integrate integral x cos nx dx, we can make use of integration by parts. Here, we will leave the first function x as it is. We will integrate the second function cos nx with respect to x, which will give us sin nx divided by n. For the next term, we will use negative sign. This first function is differentiated with respect to x and the answer is written here. This function is again integrated with respect to x, which will give us minus cos nx divided by n, and in the denominator we will have to multiply this constant n. Thus we will obtain the integral of sin nx by n as negative cos nx divided by n square. Now when you try to differentiate first function 1 with respect to x, since it is a constant, you cannot differentiate it because you will get 0 as the answer. This procedure of differentiating first function with respect to x and integrating second function with respect to x will be continued till you get 0 after differentiating first function. Here now we will give upper and lower limits. We have minus into minus becoming plus here. When you give lower limit x equals 0, this term will completely disappear. When you give x equals 2 pi, here inside sin function will become sin 2 and pi, which becomes 0. On application of both upper and lower limit, this function vanishes. So this is the only term which will give us non-zero terms. 1 by n square can be taken common outside. On application of upper limit, we will get cos 2 and pi, and on application of lower limit, we will get cos 0, which is 1. Cos 2 and pi is also 1. Thus we have this term becoming 1 by n square times 1 minus 1. Thus we have 0 plus 0 multiplied to 1 by pi, becoming a n equals 0. We have bn equals 1 by pi times integral 0 to 2 pi f of x sin nx dx, which is the standard formula to evaluate bn. Here we have f of x equals x. Thus we have bn equals 1 by pi times integral 0 to 2 pi x sin nx dx. Here again we will make use of integration by parts. First function x is written as it is. The second function sin nx is integrated with respect to x, which will give negative cos nx divided by n. This function is differentiated with respect to x, thus giving 1. Since this is the second term we are writing, here we have to use alternate sign, which is the negative sign. Now we will integrate this complete expression. We will have 1 by n multiplied to integral of minus cos nx with respect to x. We have integral cos nx is sin nx divided by n. Therefore, integral of minus cos nx divided by n will give us minus sin nx divided by n square. Now we will give upper and lower limit wherever x appears. Here when you give x equals 2 pi, you will get 0. Again when you give lower limit x equals 0, this term will become 0. So this is the only term which will give you non-zero answer. When you give x equals 0, this will become 0. When you give upper limit x equals 2 pi, it becomes minus 1 by n 2 pi cos 2n pi. We have cos 2n pi equals 1 and pi and pi can be cancelled. Thus we have bn equals minus 2 by n. Thus we have Fourier series expansion for the given function f of x equals x is given by a0 by 2 plus summation n ranges from 1 to infinity an cos nx plus bn sin nx, where a0 equals 2 pi, hence a0 by 2 equals pi. We have obtained an equals 0. Hence we have showed only bn as well as function sin nx which appears along with bn. Thus we have f of x equals x has Fourier series expansion pi plus summation n ranges from 1 to infinity minus 2 by n sin nx. Here minus 2 can be taken outside summation, and when you give indices n ranges from 1 to infinity to inside these terms, it will become, for n equals 1 we will get sin x divided by 1. For n equals 2 you will get the term sin 2x divided by 2. For n equals 3 you will get the term sin 3x divided by 3, and so on. Thus we have this representation of Fourier series expansion possible for the function f of x equals x. Using Fourier series representation, we could express given function as sum of trigonometric sine function.